After a long week at work, sometimes all you want to do is just kick back with a drink in hand. And while your options for that are kind of limited in this circuit breaker, this virtual bar might be the next best thing. The 1887 Virtual Bar is an initiative by alcohol distributor William Grant & Sons, where cocktail enthusiasts come together once a week to hang out via Zoom. Every session is hosted by a different local bar, and participants can donate to them by buying drink coupons that can be redeemed once they reopen. William Grant & Sons will even match donations dollar for dollar up to $1,000, allowing these bars to earn some much needed cash in these trying times. So how did this idea come about?
So this was during the first wave of bar closures in Singapore when venues that didn't have a kitchen had to shut, no questions asked. So with the whole widespread forced closure looming as a very real possibility, we kind of sat down and discussed that we had to come up with a solution to kind of help bars generate some kind of immediate cash flow during these times despite being closed. And obviously we didn't have all the mechanics in place and we didn't really iron out all the details just yet. We took about 3 weeks, I think, 2 to 3 weeks before everything fell into place.
And were there any problems trying to create a bar setting in Zoom?
So we weren't really sure how that was going to work on our end, to be very honest. So that first session, it was a little bit like, all right, fingers crossed, let's see how this goes. Initially, we thought, maybe put everyone on mute. And if you have a question, it's like a classroom setting where you raise your hand and then you say something. And then we also realized that's not very natural in a bar setting, right? Like you talk when you want to talk. And then we decided that maybe we just trust that people know how to behave in social settings. And that's been working out pretty well for us so far.
And how's the response been so far? How many people do you get in a single session?
Reception so far has been amazing. We've had about 100 attendees, more than 100 attendees in each session. And we even saw an increase of attendees from the first to the second session with many new faces and new names. And that was very encouraging for us. Most attendees also stayed throughout the entire thing. And both bars have sold over 50 cocktails and maxed out their dollar for dollar matching $1,000 value. So that's incredible news for the bars.
It's an interesting concept on paper, but how fun would it be in reality? I figured that the best way to find out was to sit in for a session and experience it for myself. Joining me was Kareen, a fellow participant who was also visiting the bar for the first time. So Kareen, how do you find out about the 1887 Virtual Bar?
Actually, I work at a wine bar myself, Park 90, and I wanted to, because we are doing like master classes every week as well, so I wanted to find out like what the other industry players are doing, and that's how I stumbled upon an article and I signed up for this virtual bar, and I thought maybe I should go in and give it a try and feel how it is to also be a participant.
So what was your first impression when you first joined the chat?
Because I was early and then I wasn't let into the room yet. And then after that, when I was finally let into the room, there was this like music playing in the background. So I thought like, oh, that's really cool. I feel like I'm in a bar too. And then people were chatting. It was a really relaxed kind of environment.
And what's your favorite part of this whole concept?
I actually am very surprised in a way that like how connected we actually felt, even though it was through a screen. And even that time, like Christine wasn't even facing the camera the whole time. Sometimes like she was doing the cocktails and all that, but it made me actually miss them quite a lot and made me want to go back again.
As someone who stayed for the entire hour, I kind of get what she's saying. Now, I'm not a particularly big fan of cocktails, but there's something oddly relaxing about just watching people talk, even if it's through Zoom. There was this sense of normalcy that I haven't felt since the circuit breaker started. And that alone should be reason enough to check it out. The 1887 Virtual Bar happens every Thursday, and you can sign up for free in this link over here.